Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where today I am going to be installing a steering wheel wrap for my BMW F10 535i. Let's get straight into this. Yes, that's right. A steering wheel wrap. It's going to be a cover, but not like one of those cheap, fake, pink fuzzy ones that you get from AutoZone. This is a high quality, proper, genuine leather steering wheel wrap that you have to stitch yourself from the good people at StitchingCover. They have proudly sponsored this video and have sent this out to me, and I'm going to be doing an install and review on this. And by the way, like I always say in all of my sponsored videos, this is not going to be a biased video, okay? I'm going to give my pure and honest opinion and review. If it's good, I'll say it. If it's bad, I'll say it. But I have high hopes for this because I've seen a lot of people install these on their cars. They make a lot of covers for pretty much every make and model that you can think of. They are really high quality. You can get different materials. You can get Alcantara, you can get leather, you can get genuine leather, you can get different stitching colors, you can get 12 o'clock markers, you can get carbon fiber. It's really cool stuff. And if you use code DCREVS, you can get 12% off on your steering wheel cover if you buy with the discount code. So go ahead, click the link in the description and use your discount code DCREVS to get 12% off. Let's do this. So the box is of course very simple, it's just a little box. The brand is StitchingCover, and let's open it up. Very simple right here. Very nice. We have tools and everything. We have your thread that you get to use. Of course, like I said, you get to choose your color and everything. So you have here a little tool to push in the leather or whatever material you have into behind the plastics and everything. You have this for, well, I would assume it's for your thumb, maybe? I don't know. I forgot what this is called. I know there's a name. I just forgot what it's called. You have some very nice thin tape. This is great because you're gonna put this on the inside of this cover and the steering wheel so that it actually adheres and doesn't move around when you grab it. And then of course, we have our thread that we get to choose the color. I opted for the M color stitching because I think that looks super cool and it's gonna give it like an OEM plus look. And of course, you get your needles, two of them, 2 needles. Very nice. In the box, we also have this. We have our installation instructions. So they give you an instruction manual on how to install your steering wheel cover. Very nice. And now the actual cover. Like I said, I opted for genuine leather with no 12 o'clock marker and the M color stitching. And here we are. Wow, look at that. Yes, this is in fact genuine leather and it feels very nice. Colors are just beautiful. Of course, with this color in the center, it's going to tie it all together, literally, and it's gonna look, oh, so good. I'm very excited to do this. Well, I guess, look at that, my name. That's pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and start putting this on. So here's what I'm gonna do first. I'm going to, obviously you can see I've extended the steering wheel out so I have it, more room and I can sit further closer to it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clean this entire thing just to make sure that the tiny little sticky tape adheres to it properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean it and then I'm gonna start trying to put the cover on, mocking it up and see where everything would go. All right, now I'm going to mock this up and see how it would go around and fit. So supposedly it's going to be a very tight fit because this obviously has to wrap around the entire wheel and stay there. So getting it on may be a bit of a challenge, I'll be honest. Okay, so I finally did manage to get the cover on. It did take a bit of stretching, but not bad stretching. It wasn't too much, but now it is on and look at that. I made sure that the blue stitching, the blue side, whenever I folded it over, matches perfectly the center of this stitching all around, just so I know that the stitching will be completely uniform the entire way through. It's kind of hard to show you because of the angles and everything. Of course, it's a steering wheel. It's kind of hard to get the camera in between spokes, but take my word for it. Whenever I fold it over, this end touches perfectly the center of this. So after doing that, all I have to do now is put on the little sticky tape all around, make sure that to leave room for the actual stitches. So I'll put some sticky tape around everywhere, especially around here in the inner parts here, and then start sticking it down, and then we can start stitching. So right here, you can see everything is ready, and I have put a little bit of tape right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove this tape, and I'm going to start putting this thing on. I'm gonna apply this side. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, the rear side, and then I'm gonna start stitching on this side, connecting these two, and then I'm gonna keep going back and forth. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking inspiration from our M4. I'm going to try to copy as best as I can this stitching on the M4. You can see it alternates and skips every other one, and it goes over, under, over, under. So, like the real M stitching, I am going to be trying to do best I can to replicate that on the 535i. While it isn't an M car per se, I know I'm gonna probably get a few comments for it. I just like the colors. I think they look really cool. They're very pretty. And it's a BMW thing, yes, you could say, yeah, it is an M thing, but I just wanted a dash of color in the interior, and what better way to do that on a BMW, of course, than, the BMW colors. So as you can see right now, or very hardly see, it's the steering wheel is very close to me, I'm sorry. But you can see I have wrapped most of this so far. You saw me time-lapsed. It took me quite a while, I'll be honest. It was very hard to get the stitches, but I eventually did get it. And I'll be honest, it's not totally perfect, but it looks pretty good, honestly. I tried, like I told you guys, I tried getting it as close to the M stitching as possible on the M4, for example, and it looks pretty good. My favorite part, definitely the top part right here, is the best. Absolutely, it looks the best for sure. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm very pleased with that. And then over here, it's not great, and I've just actually finished this part, but I'm going to redo it because it fell out. So I'm gonna redo it, and I'll put some more tape because the tape here just didn't hold very well. But I'll see y'all when I finish this part. Let's see if we can do it better this time. All right, so I have finished stitching this side as well. Check this out. This side is a lot better now than it was before. Unfortunately, you guys did not see what it looked like before, but it was not as good. Now this time, these two are lining up, and that's what I made sure to do. Of like on this side, I want this, you know, I guess pattern right here. I don't know what to call it. I guess it's like stitching thread to line up with the one in the back, of course. And now it's doing that on this side as well. The colors are more vibrant this time. I don't know why. It might be placebo. I don't know. The stitching is better for sure. It's still a little bit wrinkly, but that's the actual leather now. It's not even because of the shape. It's just the actual leather. I wrinkled it on accident, and now it's going to be a little bit wrinkly. So I'm going to see if I can get like I hear that really warm water on the towel will like help soothe it out or whatever. Maybe just even like a heat gun. I'll figure that out later. But what I'm mostly worried about, obviously, is the actual stitching itself. And I have finished that, and I have tied a knot right here. And I'm going to see if I can tuck this in further here, like I did on this side. Put the thread through here and through the back, just to really tuck everything in and make sure everything is in nicely. The only other thing that I'm not too pleased with right now is the tops of these. For some reason, this one on the left is shorter than the one on the right. I'm not sure why, and I made sure I did all the measurements correctly, and they are all correct, except for some reason, this side is just a little bit shorter than this side, and it's a bit wrinkly and bubbly back here. I'm gonna figure out what to do with this. Right now, I'm not too worried about it. It looks good, and it feels very good. It's definitely thicker. It's definitely real leather. It smells great. The stitching looks awesome. It feels so much more, I guess, meaty and aggressive. I'm really pleased with it. I really like how it looks, and I really like the condition and the quality of the leather. Very nice, very soft. You can hear it. It really just gives like a different feel to the entire interior, of course, because this is what you touch the most, right? The parts of the car that you touch the most, which are the pedals, the steering wheel, and your gear selector or gear shifter knob if you drive manual, which I wish I had, but I couldn't find one. But those are the parts that you touch the most, right? And if they feel bad, the car is gonna feel bad. But if they're nice, solid, quality parts like this, a very nice, high quality part, this is what you touch every time you drive and the entire time that you drive. So why wouldn't you want it to feel good? Why wouldn't you want it to be a high quality part? I don't understand why you wouldn't want that. So I'm very happy with this. It's a very high quality part, like I said. Feels good. And now every time I drive, I feel this, and it just feels so nice, and I get to see it, and I get to see the stitching, I get to smell it. Really, all in all, I'm very pleased. So I'm gonna finish this up right here, and then I'll get back to y'all as soon as I'm done with this, and maybe I can figure out some situation for the wrinkles here, because on this side, there's no wrinkles at all. It looks fantastic, but on this side, there are wrinkles. I'm not sure why. I'm not too displeased with it, honestly. If it stays like that, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I don't think it looks too bad, but I'll see what I can do. So I'll get back to y'all very shortly. All right, looky there. I have just finished this. I've tied a knot here, and I've sent it up through here, and I've tucked it in there, so now it's nice and tucked in. And, well, that looks like that's it. It's completely installed. Feels great. It looks really, really great. Some threads here, which are not the threads that I stitched, but the threads that came with the steering wheel, are already coming off a little bit. You can kind of see that barely right there. You can see it over here on this side as well. You can see the blue here as well. So the threads are very good. Of course, they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. They look great up here. Like I said, this is my favorite part. Over here, they're pretty good. And I think I did a pretty all right job for my first time wrapping a steering wheel. You know, I've never done this before, but all in all, I'm very pleased. I think it looks very good. And like I said, it definitely does feel very nice here. All right, here we are. This is the finished result right here. I have been actually using this for about, I would say maybe 3 or 4 months now. As you can tell, I've actually removed the silver type aluminum trim from the wooden trim of this car, only because, you know, it wasn't that great of a wrap and I removed it. But anyway, yes, this part of the video is from the future, but that's okay. But check it out. This is what it looks like after 3 to 4 months. I just cleaned it actually, and it looks amazing. It has been holding up really, really well actually. The threads you can see are maybe starting to come up a little bit. They're picking up just a little bit right over here, but that's not a problem. It's not anything outrageous. You can see the steering wheel. I mean, it still feels fantastic. Of course, the leather, since it is genuine leather, is holding up. The stitches are still very nice, very colorful, very pretty. I really am enjoying this a lot. I love it. Driving this feels so amazing, especially when you're driving Spirited, because that is something that will happen in the next video, I autocross this car. So next video will be me autocrossing this F10 535i. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you know when that video drops. It's a very, very fun video. But the steering wheel, I mean, like I said, this video is from the future, so everything that you're seeing is nice and worn. So this is really holding up much better than I thought it would. Sorry for the lighting, it's a little awkward right now, but everything just looks great. These little wrinkles, like I said, I'm not in love with, but honestly, I also don't hate. I don't dislike it. A lot of the M5s from this generation, actually the F10 generation, had some wrinkles in the steering wheel from the factory, which is pretty cool. So like I said, I'm not too displeased with it. I really, really like how this looks. This is a very nice little steering wheel wrap, and I love it. It is so nice. Everyone compliments it. Everyone notices it. Everyone loves it. I mean, they all feel it and they're like, wow, this feels nice and thick, because it is a good amount thicker, but it's not too much thicker, which is what I like. I don't want it to be like some crazy like pull, right? Like an A pillar. This is just right. It should have been like this from the factory. Maybe the M5 is like this. I'm not sure. I haven't actually driven an F10 M5. But other than that, I mean, everything it just feels great. It's been lasting very nicely. It has gotten a bit of a shine, but that's to be expected with leather. You can see down here where there's no contact, it's like a little bit matte, and then where there's the most contact, it's rather shiny. So I'm probably going to be using maybe like a leather cleaner to remove the shine. I personally don't like shiny leather in a car, but this looks fantastic. I love it. I'm really not sure what else can be said. I mean, it's pretty simple, a little steering wheel wrap. By the way, the installation was pretty tedious, but once it's done, it was so worth it, and I'm very pleased with it. So all in all, very pleased with it. I'll put a link in the description down below for y'all to check out one of these steering wheels by StitchingCover. But thank you very much to StitchingCover for sponsoring today's video. And like I said, everything that I said in this video is not biased. It is completely true and genuine. It is my own real opinion and thoughts. And I mean, like I said, everything about this steering wheel cover is just really, really good. If you're looking to upgrade your steering wheel without spending crazy amounts of money for a brand new steering wheel entirely, you can spend a lot less and get a genuine leather or carbon fiber or pleather or alcantara or suede, whatever you want, steering wheel wrap from StitchingCover for a lot less, and you can make your car look a lot better. Because like I said, that this is one of the main points that you touch when you drive the car. You touch this the entire time, so you might as well make it feel good and look good at the same time, right? So this is a really good product, and I would definitely recommend it if you're looking to upgrade your wheel, like I said, and you're really hands-on, because this is definitely a very in-depth project, but once it's done, it is so worth it. It looks awesome. It feels awesome. But make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos about this car, because the next video, I am going to be autocrossing this car. It is so much fun. So the next video will be that. But remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified when my next video drops about this car, the M4, and a brand new car that we have had for a while, but y'all don't know about yet. So of course, if y'all want to see that, subscribe, hit the bell icon. But other than that, y'all, I think that's about it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and hope to catch y'all in the next one. Take care.